what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Mariah and I'm going to be doing a little AUC but specifically Spelman oriented little introduction to college type video. So if you're into that, go ahead and continue watching this video. So you're going to Spelman. How exciting. Congratulations, my little Spelman sister. I'll give you guys my intro, okay? This is the intro you're gonna learn when you go to any HBCU, but you know, this is the Spelman College one. Hello, my name is Mariah. I am a second year political science major, international studies minor, attending Spelman College. Guys, oh my god, I keep forgetting what year I am. It's crazy how we're already on the second year of school, but anyways. So I just wanted to give you guys an overview of everything that I'm gonna be telling you in this video. We're gonna go, I have a list, let me bring it up. Okay, because you know I had to come prepared for y'all with my little MacBook. I made a list. We're ready. So we're gonna go over NSO, like the first few weeks of being on campus before school even starts, friendships, college workload, relationships, romantic. Please don't even start with me. How much money to bring, events, celebs, clothes, peer pressure, and all of that. So if any of that interests you, just stay tuned. And I'll also have specific videos for things like scheduling things coming out later. But this is just a little general AUC Spelman guidebook for y'all. Let's start with NSO. So NSO stands for New Student Orientation. And New Student Orientation takes place, filming is 2023. So this year it takes place from August 9th to the 13th. Like about like a week-ish, less than a week kind of. During this time, you will be taken by student leaders and you'll be introduced to the campus. You'll go on tours, you'll do different activities on your campus. And then at the end, something that everyone loves is Olive Branch, which is like a little AUC thing personal to us. Don't we love that? It's when all of the schools come together with all their first years and you have like a little meeting in the auditorium and then you will go out and have a little party. And it's a lot of fun. For those of you who like parties, it's not for everybody, but for most people, they had a lot of fun and they got to meet a lot of different types of people and just mingle. So it really depends on who you are as a person. You're still very young, and I know it doesn't feel like that way because, you know, I didn't feel young when I first came. I was like, I am grown. I was a senior. Like, I did this. It may surprise you, the different people that you'll meet when you come to college, especially Spelman. You might be surprised, depending on what schools that you went to before. I know I personally went to like a PWI high school, so I was not used to seeing so many Black people, or specifically Black women in one area. It was it was a shock for me. And I love it now, obviously. I love Spelman, oh my god. For sure, it can be a bit of a culture shock. Even if you have gone to an area with primarily Black students, you still may be surprised at the variety of Black women that there is in the world. Like, Black people are not a monolith, so you will see all sorts of people, like earthy girls, more urban type, gamers. Like, there's a Dungeons and Dragons club. I promise y'all, anything that you want to find like in your group of people, you will be able to find, and you will see NSO week. And going throughout your college experience, you will meet all different types of people, so just be prepared for that. And you will be shuffling around a lot during NSO. Don't stress out if you're not going to make a lot of new friends. On that note, keep in mind that when you do get to college, it's very exciting to make new friends and new connections, but just be aware everyone is your friend. And they say this in like pretty much every college intro video, but the friends you make your first few weeks, maybe even first few months of college, will not be your forever friends. Like me personally, I did make a bestie. I made a few actually, but that whole group, like if you make a big group of friends, probably won't stay with them throughout your college experience, and that's okay. It's okay to meet people, it's okay to mingle, like I said earlier, network, at least get your name out there, meet them, but don't feel attached to them. Don't feel like you have to change yourself to fit in with them. This is the AUC, it's not just Spelman. There's Clark across the street and there's Morehouse, so like you'll have a lot of opportunities to meet friends, so don't feel like you have to chain yourself to these people that you meet your first few weeks. For sure. So during NSO, you will also have the parting ceremony where your parents are going to leave you, and a lot of your parents will probably cry. It's so cute. Sad, but you know, cute. I'm like, why are you crying? Like, I'll literally see you at Thanksgiving. Like, for parents, and even some students were sad because it might be their first time being apart from their, you know, kid or parent for so long. So that will take place in Sisters Chapel, most likely. And yeah. You will have little meetings during NSO, so you'll have meetings with your pal. I'm gonna be a pal this year, so if any of y'all are watching this, hey. A pal or peer assistant leader. It's basically what it sounds like. These are the student leaders that are going to be leading you throughout orientation, and so you'll see them a lot and you'll be able to reach out to them throughout the entire year. So hopefully if you have a good connection with your pal, you'll be able to talk to them for quite a bit throughout the year, and they can give you a lot of guidance on different things. If you guys aren't very close with your pal, feel free to reach out to me. Questions, just let me know. I am a political science major, but I can definitely help with health science majors or anything like that. I have friends, I can get you connects, so just let me know, and hopefully I can help you out because we're sisters. Or if you're in the AUC, you know, Clark sisters, brothers, anything, like solidarity, you know, let's unite, whatever. College and honestly life afterwards is all about connections. It's all about who you know. I hate that, you know, as an introvert personally, it stresses me out, but it's true. You really do need to get out there and talk to people. So ranch, and that's kind of an overview of NSO. So moving on to the first and foremost most important thing about coming to the AUC is your schoolwork. Yeah, scheduling. Let's talk about classes, okay? So if you go to Spelman, you will schedule during NSO. It will be, I'm not sure specific what day. They should send you a schedule so you'll know everything eventually. But you're gonna do this during NSO, and the freshmen obviously have scheduled after every other class. So there will only be certain classes available. Typically these classes will be the things that you need as you are freshmen, and everyone else should have taken these classes already. So I wouldn't worry too much about availability. With 14, I believe the minimum is 14, but 14 to 18 credit hours. I know 18 seems like a lot, but a lot of Spelman girls do actually start their first year with 18 credits if they can handle it. I did 18 credits for some, again, I'm a political science major. I was able to start my major classes my first year because I had some AP credits already. I would say it was great. For me, it worked out fine, but I also wasn't very keen on going to a party like 4 times a week, so keep that in mind. College work is not the same as high school work. The work isn't the hard part, you know, like it's not like you're gonna have crazy difficult stuff your first year, you know. It's the difficult part there is gonna be your time management. And they say this again in every college video, and it's because it's true. The time management portion is crazy. Like, by scheduling your classes, you will have the opportunity to, because they put the fact that you're scheduling your classes, and because I'm telling you right now that you're going to schedule your classes, definitely take the time to research your professors before you actually pick your class. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, this is so important. Professor can make or break your grade. It can make or break your experience in your class. Like, you can go from hating ADW to loving ADW, and I'll get into that in a second. I promise you, take the time. It takes like maybe 5 extra minutes per class to just research your professor, see the reviews. Like, I will try to either link or something the course sequence booklet, and you will also have access to your degree work. So once you've officially enrolled into Spelman and you are considered an incoming student, then you will have access to degree works, which will have your major that you applied for. And it'll show you all your requirements, all your course requirements for the general courses, and then your specific courses and all of that. So that will also help you in scheduling. But I'll link the general booklet below as well, so keep an eye out for that. ADW, or African Diaspora in the World, is actually a course that's unique to Spelman College. It is a course that is made for the students of Spelman College to understand our background as African descendant people, as people descendant from enslaved people, and the history of Africa and all of the different intersections that come with that title of being a Black woman, of being an African American woman. Really go very into depth about that. Take advantage of the course. And I was saying before that this course's professors can make or break you. They really can. Do research on your professor, especially for this course. If you don't research any other course, which, come on now, but like, if you don't research any other course, research your ADW, because you want to make sure you have a solid professor who can actually make the class interesting, as it's required for everyone for the entire year. Other things that I learned I had no idea about before taking that course. Good God. Does Morehouse need a version? Do they need a version of ADW? Yes, oh my gosh, because ADW will also go over different things like gender and sexuality and things that a lot of people in general are just so ignorant on. And for sure, take advantage of that educational opportunity and try to spread that education as well, as that's our responsibility to our community to spread as much positivity and information as possible. Please remember, I know the AUC is fun. It's really big on party life. It's really big on interacting. It's an HBCU. I mean, the experience, the social experience is like half the reason you decided to come to an HBCU, right? But please keep in mind, like, your academics come first, and all of the AUC institutions are very serious about that. And like organizations you want to join, I know some people are already thinking about, you know, select organizations that they might want to join. They will not take you if you do not have good grades. So keep your grades good, and honestly, if you're coming to Spelman, keep in mind you will be filled with a sense of pride, but also this like hunger to do better and constantly be staying on top of your things, because you're going to be around some of the most ambitious people you have ever met. Like, I promise you, there will be some girls that you'd be surprised, like on a college campus, that you know a specific person, like everyone knows, but some people will just pop off and pop out, and they will like show y'all that they didn't come to play, and you want to be one of those people. So just remember, like, your academics 100% come first, and then extracurriculars, and then parties. So y'all stress me out for this one. Stressing me out for this one already, and I haven't even started talking yet. Relationships, specifically romantic relationships. Babe, men, women, girls, boys, NBs, everyone. Okay, listen, please come listen right now. Please do not go into your college experience, your first year, being the most excited about being in a relationship. Please, 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 please do not make this mistake. There is the whole Spell House love story thing, you know, there's this made up, manufactured, honestly sad and tired debate or competition between Clark and Spelman girls. Please do not feed into it. I promise y'all, focus on yourself. Focus on making a good group of friends. Focus on just making connections with other people. Please don't focus on a romantic relationship. Babes, no, because listen, this is what's gonna happen. Two different scenarios. One, you come into college with a relationship already, and now if you're coming to Spelman, you are probably coming from a different state. I know a lot of people are already coming from Atlanta, but that's not generally the case for most people. So if you're coming out of state to go to an AUC institution or an HBCU in a relation, no, I'm sorry, just let it go. I hate to say it, and I hate to be negative like that, because I came into college with a relationship as well. At that point, we had been together for like 2-3 years, so like, there are always exceptions to the rule, of course, but just, you know, if they love you and you love them, you guys will come back together at the end, you know. But like, just don't go into it like that, please. Like, I'm telling you, because you will like hold yourself back from so many different things, you know, if you do that. So just keep that in mind. I'm just trying to look out for y'all. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Like, I'm using my experiences to help you, please, because it was a mess. Story time? I'm kidding. Anyways, second scenario is you're coming into college and you're thinking, oh my gosh, all these old college men's, and you know, if you're into girls, like Spelman College, all girls college, you know, and there are a lot of different people who are looking for relationships with all genders. So I'm just saying. So very inclusive in that aspect. So and if that's kind of your mindset, you're gonna get hurt, because just think about it. This is everyone's first year, or probably the people that you're going after or are interested in you. Everyone's probably gonna be a first year. And at this age, if you're talking about men, young men, the young growing men across the streets at Morehouse and Clark, they are growing, they are finding themselves. You're looking to be in a very committed relationship your first year of college. It might happen, but it may not necessarily be the most quality relationship. And that's okay, because you know what? It's all about learning and growing. So if you want to do that, do it. I mean, you guys already know college. We're grown, right? We know what people do in school. So like, just be cautious is what I'll say if that's kind of like your mindset. As for girls, it's the same thing. Like, we're young, like most girls, like, listen, for everybody, everyone's learning how to love. Like, no one at this age knows how to love correctly. So just keep this in mind when you're going about relationships. If you're going about hookup culture, I mean, it's college. Again, that's all I can say. It's hot, it's summertime. You know what I'm saying? But no, definitely be smart and educate yourself. Black people are unfortunately one of the groups that are the least educated about sexually transmitted diseases, infections, all those sorts of things. So just stay educated. Think about any sort of interaction that you have with somebody could possibly lead to something. Just think about it that way. Like, are you willing to do that or commit yourself to that risk every time you interact with somebody else? There will be condoms and things like that all around campus, or in your health services centers. There'll be events about safe things like that. As for like domestic abuse, there are definitely helplines. Actually all campuses should have a Title IX office where you can report different events and things like that. So just please have fun, of course, have fun experiences, but be smart and educate yourself, because you don't want to end up in a situation where this is your first year and your first experience and all of a sudden something happens and whatever. So stay smart. Okay, y'all, so for this next topic, I did a bit of research, you know. App called Side Chat that you will eventually, if you're not already, get on. Probably, it became more popular last year. It's on that platform, someone, I don't know who it was, they asked, how much money should you book away for a semester? And parents, if you're watching this, kids may want to look over and be like, you know, I mean, if you're going to Spelman, you might have some, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not gonna say that, but you want to have a good time when you're in college, especially if you're in an AUC institution. You're in Atlanta. So as for how much you should bring, say to have a comfortable experience, $2 to $3K a semester of spending money. That kind of comes out to roughly $600, $700 a month, $500 something a month. That's around the amount that you would need to have a very comfortable experience, to be able to Uber, buy food, do all these things that you need to do. Now me personally, I didn't have that much. I love my parents and I appreciate them very much for everything they did for me. I did not have to work my first year of school because they were able to provide me with an allowance. I was pretty good with just $250 a month. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, it's really just about not spending when you don't need to. Food is a huge thing in the AUC. Like, our cafes are not that good, unfortunately. Well, specifically Spelman. And I heard things about Morehouse too. I didn't really hear much about Clark, but definitely Spelman could use some work on that caf. And we are getting a new caf, like management and like food and restaurants. The situation was not great. So a lot of people's main expenses were food. So just keep that in mind. But $250 is definitely doable. Gone through it, I would definitely say either also get a job, for sure, save some money up during the summer so you can have like 2 to 3K. Some people even have 7K. Like, they meet a variety of different tax brackets, babes. So just prepare yourself. Like, not everyone makes the same amount. Everyone's family has the same status necessarily. So keep that in mind as you're also going about your experience and meeting people, because you don't want to come across ignorant, just assuming that people can afford things or assuming people can't. So for clothes, I know a lot of people are worried about your first few days. I would say try to stunt your first few days, you know, your first few days of classes, and keep in mind that you will be meeting your professors for the first time. Again, professors can make or break your experience, academically, internship-wise, everything. So just be aware of how you're dressing. Definitely introduce yourself to them. Go to office hours. Trying to take my own advice. These are things that I wish I did, guys. I'm telling you. But for sure, be close with your professors and make a good first impression. Those first few days, wear nice, you know, nice clothes. To like wear a suit or anything. Like, I know Morehouse might be different, but Spelman, like, you don't gotta wear like a suit or not. It don't gotta be that serious. Just, you know, just look put together, look nice. Don't wear sweats or like a halter top. You know, you're going to class, you know, so it's not like you're about to go to a party. Time and place, you know. Now with events, thing that I would caution that is not necessarily just specific to the AUC, but most HBCUs, as HBCUs were placed into predominantly Black neighborhoods, which at the time were not the safest neighborhoods and still sometimes are not. So being on the west side of Atlanta, not the best area, unfortunately. So even when you're on campus, now I will say Spelman's campus is very safe. Like, you will be behind gates. You have guards watching all entries at all times. Literally all times. I'm talking like 3 a.m. Like, there's never not somebody at the gate watching it. Like, you will be okay. There's also security cameras everywhere, so you're good. But just be cautious when you're going off campus, even to Morehouse or to Clark. Just be prepared for those things. I can't really educate you on it because I wasn't really outside, so I'm not really the person to tell y'all about the party scene necessarily. The one party that I did go to, Pajama Jam, traumatic. A lot of y'all have already been to parties. Y'all know already. Y'all been new, so whatever. So some of the other events that you'll have in the AUC are homecoming. Like, I'm just gonna do the main two because there's a bunch, honestly, but the main two are like homecoming and spring fest. This is going to be the one that you're going to be really excited about because it's fall semester. It's in October. It's right around midterms. So a concert, there's going to be step shows, there's going to be a fashion show, there's going to be so much stuff to do every day. Our homecoming is not like high school. Homecoming is like a week-long event. You're going to have people from all over coming back to the school. So alumni for Spelman College, and then other alum from all the other colleges will be coming back for their homecoming. You're allowed to attend other schools' homecoming, by the way. Spell House usually do it together, but I know Clark, they also have their homecoming thing. You're allowed to go. The prices might be different for some things. You know, it's a public event, so for sure. The concert that we had last year had Drake, 21 Savage, some other people. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, on the topic of events, I want to talk about peer pressure in relation to drugs, alcohol, those types of things. Spelman College does not endorse, encourage, or allow any sorts of alcohol, drug, marijuana, anything like that. None of that is allowed on our campus. None of that is encouraged on our campus. That is strictly prohibited. You are safe while the gates are guarded 24/7. You're an adult, okay? So things may or may not happen in your dorms or, you know, on campus somewhere else. Just be smart is the best advice that I can give you. Don't let people pressure you into being someone different than who you are just because you want to fit in with them, because I promise you, your right crowd is not going to care one way or the other whether you do something they're doing or not. Don't do anything that can change your state of mind in a dangerous area. Like, just be smart. It's that simple. Especially women, for the girlies, we are targeted, unfortunately, especially if you make it known that you are a first year. Where when you're doing things like that, make sure you're in a safe-ish, safest possible area. The AUC can sometimes feel like social media in real life.
And guys, I really mean this. Take it very seriously when I say don't do anything you wouldn't do in front of your parents. Consider everything to be recorded, every party. Do not act wild. Cover your face. I promise you, because it will somehow end up on social media. Act correct, please.
My best advice for this is just to be yourself. And everyone says this, but like, I promise you, it will help guide you. You feel like you're starting to deviate from who you are, who you want to be, then that's a sign for you to ditch the situation that you're in that's encouraging you to do that, because it's not for you. It's not meant for you, and that's okay. To do anything that is not in line with who you are, because at the end of the day, it just won't work out. And who's about to waste so much money on the college experience to not even have a good one, you know? That, again, education is your top priority. You will be surprised. I know I was shocked. I was not put on game. I'm putting y'all on game right now. You will be surprised at the amount of people who are already applying for internships those like first few months of fall semester. That's when they start to open up and roll in. So, hey, get on your game. I'm telling you, there will be events for you to go and buy professional clothing and to network with professional people. I mean, at Spelman, Morehouse, you know, we're considered Ivies. So definitely take that seriously and take advantage of the opportunity that is provided to you as proxy of going to this highly prestigious institution. Read your emails. They say this all the time. Read your emails. I promise you, even if like, make sure you have your notifications on, read them every day, because you will be so sad if you find out you missed out on free money, free food, some sort of fun little event that turned into like a party or whatever, like just, or like a research opportunity, anything. Like, just keep an eye on your email, please. It's college. You're here for your education. Get your education and go. Period. Like, that's really all there is to it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you need more specific things, definitely drop it down in the comments below and I will try to answer, or I'll just make a new video and refer you to that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.